Welcome back, everybody. Road to GM, you feel me? And I'm probably going to be saying the same thing around for the next few videos about like how I'm stuck at the early 1900s. But that's because just yesterday I locked in, got in the lab, learned some new shit. But for like the next couple videos, I'm still going to be playing the same way I was playing. So it's going to be a couple videos before the evolution starts. But it starts now, baby. It starts now. And yeah, enjoy the video. If you're new, like, comment, subscribe. And let's get into this motherfucker. You hear me? So my opponent plays e4. I play the Sicilian. And like I said, we're switching it up. We're playing this motherfucker right here. Oh, we take the pawn early and then we develop the knight. What am I doing, Loki? This is the Taimanov. We pin. He chops and I chop back. I don't want to take with the D pawn because then we're going to trade queens. I'm not going castle. It's just going to be very ugly, you know? So he blocks the pin, and now I strike back with d5 immediately. Takes. He gives a check. I block with the bishop. We trade bishops, and now I'm like, okay, we getting into an endgame. Don't let these queens get traded off because we are going into an endgame. I develop my knight. He steps his queen up. I castle. He brings the rook to the party. And now I slide my rook over, just putting extra pressure everywhere because I'm like, if this clears up, that's going to be a free pawn down the line. And here he hits me with a brilliance. Knight takes d5, and I'm like, ooh, he trying to get spunky. Because if I take with the queen, he'll take the bishop, and my rook will be hit. If I take with the knight, he'll take the bishop, and I can't take back because the rook will hit my queen. So I decide to take with the queen, though, because I'm like, okay, he won a pawn. So when he takes that bishop, I'm going to get my pawn back. And now I'll have this A pawn. If I can win this pawn, I'll just have a free A pawn that can go. But my opponent doesn't want me to take that B pawn, so I respect it. So now I jump my knight into the business. Attacking the bishop. If I can double his pawns, I can do it. But now he steps his bishy one up. I step my queen back, putting pressure on all this stuff. And we get a queen trade. And now we get into the endgame. And you know me. You know me, motherfucker. I am the endgame maestro. I do this endgame shit, so you gonna watch and see how I perfect this motherfucker. A5, we're pushing that motherfucker. A4, we're pushing that motherfucker. We might break it up. We might use this as a decoy. But if you try to chop, that's free. If you try to play this, we'll just push. So he steps the bishop back, and he's putting a barricade. I'm like, okay, it's dead even. The position is dead even. I step the rook up, attacking his bishop, and now I make a little loft for my king, just so I'm never getting back ranked. He does the same, and now I double up my rooks, and I play g5. I'm like, okay, let's start stepping our king into the business. It's the end game. So we want to put our pawns in places that are going to be strong, step our king up so our king's activated, make sure all our pieces are serving a purpose of some kind, whether that's defense, whether that's offense, whether that's protecting one of its brothers. These pieces are brothers and sisters, man. So they holding it down like these. My opponent plays h3. I step my king up to g6. It's still dead even. I'm just trying to make slow progress. Now he slides his rook over. And I'm like, okay, what does he want? He wants that. Let's slide my rook over just so like nothing happens. Now he steps his rook up and I play f5. Still dead even, but I like my position. He's going after my pawns and I just sidestep my king. I'm willing to start pushing e5. But now I can't push e5 because that. And I'm like, whoo, maybe I'll play up. But I play h5. Let's get spunky. My pawns are all on the 5th rank, except for this one, and this one's on this 4th rank. But all my pieces are serving somewhat of a purpose. Now he steps the bishop up, and I push f4. Let's go. He steps the rook up to the business. And now I slide my other rook over, and I'm like, okay, let's start targeting all these weaknesses. He brings his bishop back. And now I'm like, let's blow up the whole center. Look at this catastrophe going on. The pawn can take this pawn. This pawn can take this pawn. This can take this pawn. It can technically take that. It can technically take that. But, like, those aren't any good moves. So, he takes that pawn. I take back with Tempizzi on the rookski. And now we shut it down. Look at this. These pawns are clogging up. This motherfucker cannot breathe over there. This motherfucker simply cannot breathe over there. He might have been on the Titanic when that, or not the Titanic. Why'd I say the Titanic? I meant the submarine back in the day. You know when that shit just, like, there was the 4 billionaires and that they ran out of oxygen down in that motherfucker? But fuck it, the Titanic analogy works too. This motherfucker can't breathe. He's suffocating, bro. Somebody get this motherfucker some milk and a fucking oxygen tank because he needs it. So he steps back. And now we step our king up. We have slow advantage. We're milking this shit, bro. Pause. Pause. That could be a pause. So, you know, we just gonna throw it out there. So now he doubles up his rooks. I drop my knight back. I want to plant it right here. I want to plant it right here. He steps his rook up. That's a rook trade. We can trade rooks. Now I jump my knight into the business. He takes a pawn. I don't care. I slide my rook over. Because you see, do you see what I'm going for? I'm going for some shit like over here. I'm going for some shit like... He gives a check and I drop back. I'm not worried. Motherfuckers, look me in the eyes when I tell you this. I am not worried. We slide the rook over to the party. And now it's trouble. It's trouble. He tries to go after a pawn and it's trouble. It's trouble, motherfucker. Okay, hold on. Y'all, I don't know if that sounded fucked up, but listen to me. Motherfucker, you better lock in. Check with the rook. Motherfucker, you better lock the fuck in. He steps up and now we take that pawn. And how do you stop checkmate? How do you stop checkmate? He gives a check with the rook and we drop down. How do you stop checkmate, motherfucker? He gives a check again. Give me the bishop. How do you stop checkmate, motherfucker? You can't. He resigns. Stupid, stupid, stupid boy. Stupid boy. What the fuck you thought this was? What the fuck you playing on? That shit was so smooth. That endgame. Look at how he got greedy. He got greedy and went for a pawn and I hit him with some. Come here. Come here. Fuck boy. Come here. And you can't stop. You can't stop. Bow. Hello. Your king is cut off from every single escape. And this goes back. These pawns go back. Look at this. We shut down the whole side of the board. Like, the king had no escape. And look at what those pawns served in the end game. No escape. That's just crazy, man. That's just crazy. Crazy. He's crazy. Let's do a game review on that one. My opponent played good, though, until that end game. Okay, what was my best move here? Because I had some advantage. Okay. Bow. 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 Hello. Bow. Hello. Bow, hello. Bro, we bringing it back to 2016. We dabbing on these hoes. Fuck wrong with them. So that's game one. We got game two coming out in an instant. So rock with me. I'm going to rock with you.